before you go jumping into finding a mentor. Look at the lawyers around you. How do they work? Do you like their style? Are they people who lift other people up? And you also want people who are really thoughtful and well-known in their profession. And it doesn't have to be the biggest hotshot, but someone who gets good results consistently, because they're the people who are going to be able to say, to get these results, this is what I do.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers video series where point one can make a difference. Today, I'm joined by Michelle Thompson, who's the founder and CEO of Resistant Vision. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're very excited to hear what you have to say. But first, could you just tell us a little bit about your business?
Absolutely. We work with women lawyers who are working 70 to 90 hours a week, who are exhausted, frustrated, and near burnout, to help grow their practices and make their billables without sacrificing their health, their family, and friends.
That sounds like a good thing to do.
It seems so logical, right?
So I feel like you have so much information that you can share with people who are watching these videos. But let's start off with what's one thing that any lawyer needs to know about practicing law, regardless of where they are in their practice.
The thing that you need to know is that you need to have a plan when you're trying to do your practice. Otherwise, you're going to work really hard and not get the results that you seek, right? So it means you have to have a plan for what kind of work you're going to do when, and a plan for who you want to be working with, who are your clients, and how you're going to get them. So we don't think about planning a lot. We just think about doing the work. But a plan is actually almost as important, if not more important, to get the work done in the way that you want it done.
So you say regardless of where you are in your practice. So let's say I'm a very junior associate just starting at a firm. I don't always have a lot of control over what I get staffed on and who else is on the team. How could I start to take control?
Getting a mentor would probably be the first thing that you should do, right? Who are the people who you trust and can work with to help guide you through the profession? And actually, I've heard lawyers talk about, and I think they're right. You don't want you don't want just a mentor. You want someone who, over time, is going to be the person when you're not in the room who says, "You know who would be great for that? Callie would be great for that." You want someone who will advocate for you, and I think that is the most important thing you could probably do in your first year, because then the work comes your way. Then you actually get really good feedback with what you're doing. All of that clicks into place.
Sure. So let's say somebody is watching this video now and says, that sounds awesome. I would love to have a mentor, but what do I do? Do I just ask somebody if they could be my mentor? How do I find one?
Take a moment and take a deep breath before you go jumping into finding a mentor, right? Look at the lawyers around you. How do they work? Do you like their style? Are they people who lift other people up, or are they people who try to break you into a million pieces and don't want to put you back together? Are the people that you're looking at people who give people work? Are they, or are they withholding things for weird reasons? Those are the people that you want to look. And you also want people who are really thoughtful and well-known in their profession. And it doesn't have to be the biggest hotshot, but someone who gets good results consistently, because they're the people who are going to be able to say, to get these results, this is what I do. If you are determined to do commercial litigation, you probably want someone who does that, but that person doesn't have to be at the firm. So those are two criteria I would recommend, but you need to take a moment and sit down and figure out what are the criteria of someone you want to be a mentor, because you're going to be in this profession for a long time. Think about who you actually want to be with and who's going to be pulling for you for a long time.
Sure. And, you talked about trying to figure out what kind of work you want to do and for whom you want to do it. Let's say you're more senior and you find yourself kind of stuck in a practice area that's maybe accidental for you. You're serving clients that maybe you don't agree with, or working with partners you don't really love, or working in an area that doesn't do it for you anymore.
Right.
What can you do then?
Part of your plan is going to be figuring out, what is it that I actually want to do? Who does that work? Get in their sphere, start having conversations with them about it. That's like a really important first step to figuring out, how do I get out of this rut that I'm in, right? You may need to talk to a recruiter like yourself to actually think, okay, I don't like this rut. I need to get out of this particular firm. But that's probably a later step. But first of all, just take some time to actually figure out what it is you want to do. you may feel like you don't have time to do it, but you don't have time not to do it if that's how you're feeling about your work.
Well, thank you so much. I know this is going to be some really valuable information for everybody who watched it. So thanks so much for being with us today.
Absolutely. What a pleasure. Thank you.